Alright folks, what I'm going to do in this video is just give you some of my initial impressions of the RobinWood or Wood Tools compound curve, and this is the right-handed version. I've only owned this tool for a few weeks now, so I can't give an in-depth review. I'll probably make a second video that will actually be my review. Right now I think this is just going to be my kind of initial impressions, so what you might expect if you just bought this tool and you're learning to use it. So first things first, I use Mora hook knives 164. I have an older one I've used for the longest time. This is a new one. I also have a Savante Jarve small right hook that I use a lot, but mostly I would say my most frequently used knife is the Mora 164, just for a baseline of what I'm used to using. But I just got this recently on their website. They sell it for 43 pounds or 60 bucks. The sheath is 11 pounds or 15 bucks if you buy the sheath to go with it. So if you buy it knife and sheath, you're going to end up dropping about 75 bucks, but we'll say 60 bucks for just the knife if you go that route. So that's, you know, a little bit more expensive than the Mora 164, which actually, curious, Mora 164 knife. Curious about that price. The Mora 164 hook knife you can get for 35 bucks. Or it looks like even 32 bucks on Amazon with free shipping. So definitely this is about double the price of one of probably, I would say, the most popular frequently used hook knife. So what are we going to get for double the price? This is our initial impressions. So first things first, it's a little I don't know, less of a compound curve than I would have expected. It doesn't do any kind of turnaround, so you're not going to be able to flip it over and get the other side. So I was a little surprised by that. I would say that also makes, because of how gradual it is, there's a very large, almost, I would say almost flat part of the knife. So if we look at it, it's very gradual. And I know that's not the most uncommon curve style of a knife. But what that means is if you're going and starting to carve a spoon, it means that the shavings you take out are going to be a little bit lighter and feathery as opposed to really removing material. So if you want to get aggressive, you could try to flip it up on the point here and take out chunks. I will say that feels a little weird because of how far you end up being from the knife, but who knows, maybe if I brace this against my chest and go in like this, definitely doable. What I do really like about this knife is how thin. It's a little thinner than the Mora 164, which is nice. You can see how this is definitely chunkier, which means that, and with a very gradual bevel here, it's a very nice gradual bevel. Easier to keep sharp with some stropping. You don't have to focus in too hard on making sure, like a very, right, this is a very steep, short bevel on the edge of a 164. So that is what I think allows you to get some of these like nice feathery shavings, which is really good for when you want to finish a spoon bowl. So you can see, even though this is a very rough spoon blade here. I haven't done barely anything to it. It was even kind of quickly done with the axe. But as I'm going along, I'm not really leaving very obvious tool marks. The bowl is just kind of being completed and looking very completed as I'm doing it. So that's nice. One thing I really like about it too is the fact that the handle's longer, which allows you to really switch up how you use it. You can do a farther back grip. I'm one who really likes to work choked up, but I think that's just because of what I've gotten used to. So I think now that I have this knife out, I might get used to grabbing it from the back side a little bit, from the end of the handle, and doing some of these, which is really nice, and definitely a great knife for finishing a spoon bowl, I would say. I think is it the Mora 163 is the one that's a very gradual curve, but it's only gradual. It's not any kind of compound. But So you can see these shavings are very feathery compared to some of the other ones that were from a Mora 164. So would it be good for making a coffee scoop? I would say probably not the knife I'd go with if I was going to do a lot of coffee scoops. The Mora 164 is just too good at doing a coffee scoop for me to recommend this for coffee scoop. But that's okay because that's not what they advertise it for. It's a spoon carving knife, and I think it's really good at that. So would I recommend it as your only spoon carving knife? That's hard. I feel like it's better at doing shallower spoon bowls. You're not going to have a lot of options in terms of going any deeper than a regular eating spoon or shallower cooking spoon. So is it a good knife? Yes. Is it great for finishing bowls? Yeah, definitely. Is it sharp? Yep. Do I love the style of the blade? Definitely. Can it remove as much material as quickly as I usually like to? And that I have to say no on. So overall, great knife, but for my first knife, I might want to have a Mora 164 just because it's a little bit more versatile, and I'd want to figure out what I like before buying something like this, which is pretty much just spoons. But yeah, so overall, great knife. Not sure if I'd recommend it as a first knife, but a very good knife. And if you just want to do spoons, then I say go for it, because you've got your grip options really good, and like I said, when you're carving the spoon bowl, it just comes out looking good because of the type of blade it is. So a good knife overall. Yeah, I hope this review helped you make either some decisions or opinions. If you got some opinions of your own, drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear what other people think about this, or if you got this as your first and only spoon knife, tell me what you think. I'd love to hear an opinion from someone who got this knife first, then a Mora 164, because that would be really interesting. So yeah, hope you liked this video. Hit subscribe if you liked it and want to check out my other videos.